I wanted to ask you, how this came together. I know there had been talk throughout the summer around the draft and that sort of thing, that there were some potential moves. Obviously, the trade happening today, and you had trade protection and that sort of thing. So I want to know what made Anaheim a good fit for you, and what have you heard about the organization? What are you looking forward to?
Where the team is, I think moving forward, obviously there's probably going to be a trade at some point. I think Anaheim was one of the places that my wife and I were interested in. Just everything about it. I think where the team's at, I think they have a great opportunity the next couple of years. It's kind of a similar situation to when I came to New York with really good young players that are ready to take the next step. And if there's something I can do to help come in and help contribute to that, I think that's my goal.
And I guess both on the ice and in the front office, there's an appreciation of a game like yours, right? I mean, I know Pat Verbeek likes the kind of rough and tumble, sandpaper, aggressive type of style. Did that also appeal to you? Now you're looking forward to being in an environment that embraces your style of play.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously friends with Frank and Ryan
Yeah.
Strome. So those are two guys that I've talked to in the past. I'm still pretty good buddies with them. I've talked to them throughout the past couple of years. So obviously I know kind of what they say about the organization, and they speak very highly, and the players and the team. And I think, like I said, it's an organization that is ready to take the next real step. And I think hopefully this is another step in the right direction.
Thank you.
Hey, Eric, we'll go back to you.
No.
Still have an issue. So, okay, Derek Lee, please go ahead.
Hey Jacob, just wanted to welcome you to the organization. Your wife Kelly, she had a residency in New York that was set to expire next summer, if that's correct.
Yep.
She majored in neuroscience. Did the presence of a neuroengineering institute at UCI Health, which is nearby to Anaheim, and the Samuelis, the owners, have played a big part in that. Did that kind of play into the decision to come to Anaheim?
Not really. There's places that she can obviously work that are better than others, and I think Anaheim is a great opportunity for her as well. If we're there longer term, I think it's something that worked for both of us. So I think that was definitely part of it, but going that deep into it, not really. But yes, it is a good opportunity for her as well.
The Ducks run a man-to-man defensive zone coverage and 1-1-3 neutral zone forechecking system. How comfortable or how familiar are you with both of those systems?
Pretty familiar. I think you kind of played different styles. I mean, I've had different coaches, different organizations. You kind of get a taste of everything. Even you go to like international tournaments and stuff like that. I think you're pretty comfortable playing any system at this point. It might take a little bit of adjusting, but should be fun.
Thanks.
Okay, Dan Rosen from NHL.com.
Jacob, I hope you can hear me. I'm in the car heading to the garden, actually.
Yep.
Listen, I just was curious about your thoughts on how everything transpired with the Rangers from the summer on through today, and just what it has been like for you and your family, and just your thoughts on how everything has kind of come down to this now today.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I was put in a position this summer to make a decision between my career and my family. And I think, I chose my family. I would choose my family 100 times over again. I don't feel bad about that. I was happy about it. I don't like that it was made public necessarily, or how everything unfolded so publicly. But I guess that's part of New York and what happens. It made it difficult to play kind of with that hanging over everything. And yeah, today was, the result is the result, and I guess I'm happy with moving forward, but I'm not overly thrilled with how it went down. I think I don't know. In my opinion, things could have been handled better. I'm not blaming anybody or anything. Just kind of how it happened. I felt was kind of unfortunate ending to a lot of good times in New York.
That the next question I had for you was, and you kind of answered it there, but did it impact your play? Just as humans, did it impact you and how you play, and maybe also how you would lead as a captain too?
Yeah, I was pretty open with players on the team, with the leadership group. Leading was a little bit harder for me in that situation, knowing things that were public, and I mean, if they weren't public and other guys didn't know, I think that would have been a little bit of an easier situation for me. But yeah, things unfolded how they did. It was tough at times for sure. I'm excited that we're moving past it and it kind of got a new start in a way, and can kind of put all that behind me and worry about playing hockey again.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Greg Wyshynski from ESPN.
Hey, Jacob, thanks for doing this, man. So there's been a lot of reporting today about how this has played out over the last couple of days. One of the things I wanted to ask you about was we all saw what happened with Barclay Goodrow last summer with the waiver situation. Was that something on the table from the Rangers? Was that expressed to you as a possibility where if you didn't agree to waive for one of these trades, that could have happened?
Yeah, it was a threat.
Okay, Peter Baugh.
Hey Jacob, thank you very much for doing this. I'm curious, just when did you kind of get approached by the organization about these trade talks? Like when did these conversations start in terms of like trying to figure out how to get you to Anaheim or any other place?
Yesterday morning was accept this trade or we're scratching you. I said okay. And then it was accept this trade or you're going on waivers. And I said okay.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where I felt comfortable with Anaheim, and that was the place I wanted to go. And I guess you could say I'm thankful that they made that happen. But yeah, I mean, unfortunate, I think how it all happened, and I don't know. It's kind of it's a rite of passage to get fired from MSG.
Yeah. How do you look back at your Rangers tenure as a whole, I guess?
I mean, I love it. I mean, obviously it's been fresh, but taking some time to reflect, I think obviously captaincy is extremely special. The day I was named captain, something I'll always remember. 2 conference finals, President's Trophy. I mean, I think even more so, felt like I had no clue what New York City was when I got here, and I feel like I've learned and grown so much as a person. Found a love for art. Found a lot of different people that I've met that I'll be lifelong friends with. There'll always be a piece of my heart, definitely in New York. Someplace I'll definitely come back to a lot. But yeah, I think it's also, I mean, 5 years and a bit is a long time, and I mean, I'm very grateful for all those memories, and kind of time to turn the page and start something new.
Thanks so much, Jacob.
Yep.
Zach Kavanaugh from the Sporting Tribune.
Hey, Jacob. So as a right-hand shot defenseman, that's something that Pat Verbeek was pretty open about trying to get for this team. As a right-hand shot, what sort of value do you think that specifically brings to an NHL team where it is kind of like a left-handed pitcher in baseball where everyone wants to have one? What do you bring in that regard?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that when I was a 4-year-old learning to play hockey, that right-handed was a great thing. But yeah, I mean, I guess there's less of them, or it's more coveted position, I guess. But yeah, just kind of play the style I play my game, be comfortable and confident in how I play. I think that's just the biggest thing, and come in and make the most positive impact I can on the organization.
When you come into a young group like this, there are a lot of guys that are on their way up and really making strides early in the season. How do you sort of view yourself as a leader? You were a captain of the Rangers, but leading these young guys and trying to instill that sort of edge that you need as an NHL player?
Yeah, I mean, I don't view it coming in there trying to be some major leadership role. I think just being yourself and being genuine, that's the best way to lead. Building relationships. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog going nuts right now. Building relationships with players, I think, is something I've come to enjoy. And you meet new people and figure out different ways that you can help different people. And everyone comes from a different place or in a different point in their career. And I think find a way to positively impact every player, I think, I guess is considered leadership, but it's kind of just a way you go about your business and your day and who you are, and just being genuine to yourself.
And then last one, a couple old photos for Frank Vetrano's old Twitter account have showed up with you too. What have you been able to talk to Frank today and sort of connect on what you're getting into here in Anaheim?
Yeah, I texted with him and Stromer a bit. A couple other guys have reached out. Didn't want to they're playing tonight, so I didn't want to get too much into it. But yeah, looking forward to seeing everyone. Going to meet them in Montreal, so looking forward to meeting everyone when I get there and getting things underway.
All right, thanks, Jake. And then Eric was having technical difficulties, so I've got a question that he submitted here. What made Anaheim a principal destination for you to agree?
I can barely hear whoever's talking.
Done behind the scenes.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, so what made Anaheim a preferable destination for you to agree to the move, given what was being done behind the scenes to facilitate a trade?
Like I said, I think there was discussions this past summer with my wife and my family, and Anaheim was one of the teams that was on the list that we were both very interested, that worked for our lives and both of our careers. And I mean, it was a team that I was excited to join. Like I said, it's a team that's kind of right on the cusp of taking the next step and being really great, I think. So hopefully, like I said, I can come in there and make an impact in a positive way. And it's just a city and everything that we were looking forward to and we're excited about.
And then Derek Lee, you have your hand raised. Last question, over to Derek.
You mentioned obviously, playing with Vetrano and Strome in New York. Is there anybody else on the team that you've kind of known from playing with or playing against in the past?
I played with John Gibson a couple times. He's at the development program with me, the under 23 team, I think, World Juniors. And then obviously, like guys throughout the league with how many guys move teams and whatnot. You kind of just someone knows someone, I feel like. So a lot of people have reached out and said something about a player, spoke positively about him. So it seems like a great group, and who I've spoke with management and coaches seems great. Seems like everything's moving in a great direction, and I'm happy to be there.